Dream Monsters Joke Book Part 3. What is the favorite subject of young witches at school? Spelling. Why did the witch consult an astrologer? She wanted to know her horoscope. What is Jinx's favorite type of jewelry? Charm bracelets. What sound does a witch make when she cries? Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. What kinds of wizards can jump higher than a bus? All of them. Buses don't jump. Why are black cats such good singers? They're very musical. How do you make a witch itch? Take away the W. What is a witch's motto? We came, we saw, we conjured. Why is it safe to tell Mumford the Mummy your secret? You'll keep it under wraps. What do you call a friendly mummy? Chummy. What do you say to a monster with two heads? Hello, and hello to you too. What happened when the wizard met the witch? It was love at first fright. Why won't anyone kiss Dracula? He has bad breath. How does Frankenstein sit in his chair? Bolt upright. What did one of Frankenstein's ears say to the other? I didn't know we lived on the same block. Why did Frankenstein squeeze his girlfriend to death? He had a crush on her. What do you call a witch by the side of the road with her thumb out? A witch hiker. What did the young witch say to her mother? Can I have the keys to the broom tonight? How did the monster cure his sore throat? He spent all day gargoyling. What monster plays the most April Fool's jokes? Frankenstein. How do you stop a monster from smelling? Cut off his nose. Did you hear about the monster with 5 legs? His trousers fit him like a glove. What do sea monsters have for dinner? Fish and chips. What can a 6-armed monster do that you can't do? Count to 30 on his fingers. What do skeletons say before they eat? Bon appetit. When is it bad luck to meet a black cat? When you're a mouse. What do you call a fat jack-o'-lantern? A plumpkin. What do birds sing on Halloween? Trick or tweet. What is Transylvania's national sport? Drac racing. Did you hear what happened to the boy and girl vampires? They loved in vain. What's the first thing ghosts do when they get in a car? They buckle their seat belts. Why do mummies make good employees? They get all wrapped up in their work. What surgery does a vampire doctor perform? Fly-by-night operations. What insurance policy did the ghost buy for his haunted house? Home Mowners Insurance. Why are there fences around cemeteries? Because people are dying to get in. What do you get if you cross the abominable snowman with Dracula? Frostbite. What are baby abominable snowmen called? Children. Where do abominable snowmen go to dance? To the snowball. What do vampires cross the sea in? Blood vessels. What do vampires have at 11 o'clock every day? A coughing break. What is a vampire's second favorite fruit? Nectarines. Why are vampire families so close? Because blood is thicker than water. How does a vampire get through life with only one fang? He has to grin and bear it. What's pink, has a curly tail, and drinks blood? A vampire. Why are vampires sometimes called dumb? Because they're known to be suckers. Who brings the monsters their babies? Frankenstork. Why is Dr. Frankenstein so funny? Because he'll keep you in stitches. Why was Dr. Frankenstein... No, they goofed, I can't believe that. Why was What was Dr. Frankenstein's favorite cereal? Ghost Toasties. Can't believe they didn't catch that typo. Go on, Igor. Why did Dr. Frankenstein tiptoe past the medicine cabinet? He didn't want to wake the sleeping pills. Where does the bride of Frankenstein have her hair done? At the ugly parlor. What did the snowman say to his doctor? I feel abominable. How do you know a zombie is tired? He's dead on his feet. What did the doctor say to the invisible monster's wife? I can't see anything wrong with your husband. Why did the zombie get a medal? Because he was dedicated. Why do zombies learn Latin? Because they like dead languages. A doctor says, I'm sorry, madam, but I have to tell you that you are a werewolf. The patient says, give me a piece of paper. The doctor says, do you want to write your will? And the patient says, no, a list of people I want to bite. What do you do with a blue monster? Try and cheer him up. Where do you find monster snails? On the end of monsters' fingers. Why are monsters' fingers never more than 11 inches long? Because if they were 12 inches, they'd be a foot. What is a monster's favorite game? Swallow the leader. What do monsters put on their mashed potatoes? Gravy. Did you hear about the monster who went on a crash diet? He wrecked 3 cars and a bus. What's big and ugly with red spots? A monster with measles. What do you give a seasick monster? Plenty of room. One monster says, did you hear how popular coffins are now? The second monster says, no. And then the first monster says, people are dying to get into them. What happens when monsters hold beauty contests? Nobody wins. One boy says, I'm going to keep this monster under my bed. Another boy says, but what about the smell? And then the first boy says, he'll just have to get used to it. What kind of horse would a headless horseman ride? A nightmare. What do cannibal secretaries do with leftover fingernails? They file them. How can you help a starving cannibal? Give him a hand. What was the cannibal called who ate his father's sister? An anteater. What did the cannibal do when he saw an all-you-can-eat restaurant? He ate 2 waiters and a busboy. What did the skeleton say to the waiter? I'd like a soda and a mop. What do you call a ghost with a torn sheet? A holy terror. What's big and green and goes oink oink? Frankenswine. What's the best way to catch an ear of corn? Use a cobweb. Where does Dracula usually eat his lunch? At the Cascateria. Who was the most famous French skeleton? Napoleon Bonaparte. Why did the ghost starch her sheet? She wanted everyone to be scared stiff. Why did the vampire give his girlfriend a blood test? To see if she was his type. How do you make a monster float? Take 2 scoops of ice cream, a glass of cola, and add 1 monster. On which day do monsters eat people? Tuesday. The first monster says, I had a nice man to dinner last night. The second monster says, so you enjoyed having him? And the first monster says, oh yes, he was delicious. A monster's wife says, I don't know what to make of my husband. And a friend says, how about a pot pie? What do they have for lunch at monster school? Human beans, boiled legs, pickled bunions, and ice cream. What is a monster's favorite drink? Demonade. Which monster eats the fastest? The goblin. How do you know if a monster's been in the house? There are muddy footprints on the carpet. Why do some monsters eat raw meat? Because they don't know how to cook. What does a monster mom say to her kids at dinner time? Don't talk with someone in your mouth. What did the monster want to eat in the restaurant? The finger bowl. How did Frankenstein eat his food? He bolted it down. What happened when the ice monster ate a hot pepper? He blew his cool. A monster boy says, should I eat my chicken with my fingers? And his mom says, no, fingers should be eaten separately. What do nasty monsters give each other for breakfast? Smacks in the mouth. What's the hardest part of making monster soup? Stirring it. What sort of soup do monsters like? One with plenty of body. One monster says, how much do you charge for dinner here? The waiter says, $20 a head, sir. And the monster says, and how much for a couple of legs? One monster says, am I late for dinner? The second monster says, yes, everyone's been eaten. Oops, that's enough time for now. Until next time, Fright fans.